Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So this is a chilly jailhouse call as usual. I believe it was uploaded about 10 hours ago. I cannot quite remember, but I think it was 10 hours ago. I'm going to warn you now that this call is very disturbing. The way he is talking about Judge Zimmerman, the way he is telling his followers to go after Judge Zimmerman is very disturbing. It's probably the most disturbing call yet. We thought that the jailhouse call of him threatening to sue her was bad. This one's worse. He is telling his subscribers to go after this woman. He is telling them to harass her. He is pretty much telling them to make her life hell. Why? Because she is making him accountable for his actions. He hates women as it is. He hates powerful women even more. And the fact that his judge was a female and put him in jail makes it 10 times worse. I don't know why his phone privileges have not been revoked as of yet. The jail knows about these phone calls. Myself and several others have already called and discussed it with them. We have sent these phone calls to the district attorney or the prosecuting attorney. I have sent the videos to the jail. Like, they know these calls are going on, so why are they allowing it to continue? I know that after this video, I hope they no longer let it continue. I hope they revoke his phone privileges, because it's the only way right now to shut him up. Because as long as he has a voice, that judge's life could be in danger. I'm not saying it is, but this is chilly. And we don't know how far his followers will take crazy. Anyways, enjoy the video.
A YouTuber is calling on his supporters in a newly posted video to petition a Las Vegas judge for his release after he was recently jailed by her. 49-year-old Jose DeCastro was sentenced to 6 months by Justice of the Peace Ann Zimmerman after he was found guilty of obstructing justice for interfering with a police traffic stop. For more details on what was said in the video, you can visit lvrj.com.
Hello world, my name is Chili DeCastro. I'm an innocent man locked up in the Las Vegas dungeon at Clark County Detention Center here in Nevada. What is my recourse? Release me from this jail immediately. This is an open op-ed to Ann Zimmerman and the judges in the world. How do we get justice in America? Judge Ann Zimmerman has jailed me for filming a cop. What's worse is I didn't violate the statute of obstruction.
Let's see, first of all, you're not innocent. And second of all, she did not jail you for filming a police officer. You were jailed for the obstruction charge. And obstruction is, in the state of Nevada, a statute that makes it a crime to obstruct a public officer. This is defined as making false statements to, hindering, or withholding information from a public officer. You were hindering that officer from doing his job because you wouldn't stop running your damn mouth, which you haven't figured out to do even now.
It's unjust, it's unfair, it's wrong that I was arrested to begin with. There's no victim, there's no restitution due, there's no damages. But yet I've been in this dungeon now for 6 weeks. I will not be quiet. You represent a despotic injustice system. Are you telling me that their pictures can't be shown? Is that the America you want to live in? These are two awful people who put me in jail for no reason. The judge in the Trump trial is on the front page of every paper in America. The district attorney is on the front page of every paper in America. But if I, a simple social media person, show the picture of Judge Zimmerman, then I'm harassing her? What kind of nonsense is that? What kind of bozo clown world are we living in? Get real. Get a grip.
Well, no shit. Trump's judges all over front pages of America and somebody else's. They're actually important. They are well known. They mean something. They're productive members of society. Everything which you are not, Chili, you actually think that you're going to be put on a front news of any newspaper? You're delusional. And with this whole beginning your calls with "Hello world," yeah, the world has no clue who you are. And if they did, they'd find you just as much of a joke as the rest of us who have known you for 2 years. You're a complete idiot, and everything that you're saying is nothing but lies. You're just saying these things to rile up your supporters so that they will be good little minions and run off and do your work that you want them to do. Because you're too chicken shit to do it yourself. You are all talk.
Absolutely ridiculous. I hope and pray that she's made famous from what she's done. I hope that every single person sees the face of injustice right here on the screen. Equated. The judge and the prosecutor in the Trump trial is shown all over the place in America, but yet the anti-terrorism unit of the Las Vegas Sheriff's Department came here and told me that the judge feels like she's being harassed. This is the face of inconsistency, the face of the unprincipled.
Again, Chili, Trump is famous. He's famous for the wrong things. I'm not even going to get into politics right now, but he is famous. Everybody knows who he is. You, on the other hand, are a complete nobody. You are a joke to society. You are a disappointment to the human freaking race. You will never make front page of every freaking newspaper in this country or even the world. Why? Again, you're a nobody. And here we go. What makes you think that Judge Zimmerman is actually being harassed? You think that these officers are coming and running to you and reporting to you on every single thing in the outside or what happens with Judge Zimmerman? I can guarantee you one thing. If in fact this judge is being harassed on the outside, it's because of you, and I hope like hell they make you pay for it.
In the past year, we have scraped the data of over 2,000 of Ann Zimmerman's case. There are 3 people in particular who had exact matching NRS codes as I did, and she did not put any of them in jail, not a one of them. But she did me. How rich is that? If I point out how undisciplined and unprincipled she is, I'm being threatened with charges? What? No, I will not shut up, and I will not just take it in the tailpipe, which could actually still happen to me. What is my recourse?
Oh my God, Chili, you are in a county jail. You are not in a state or federal penitentiary. You are literally in a county jail. You're not going to be R'd. You're not going to be SA'd. It is very, very rare that that even happens anymore today. You're not there in the 70s, 80s, and early 90s when it was common for that to happen. It's like you want it to happen so bad, so you keep saying, oh, eventually that may actually happen. Like, come on, you are so delusional. But at the same time, your wishful thinking is coming through in all of your messages.
What are your rights? If this happened to you or your brother, you should just shut up? No, no, no. No, Judge, I do not accept your obvious bias and unprincipled, over-the-top, despotic jailing of me. Look at her face and memorize the face of injustice. Every single jailer I've told the story to agrees with me that this is unfair. One jailer told me that he's seen real criminals sentenced to 30 days for creating victims of violence, victims of theft, victims who they left damages on.
Yeah, I don't believe for 1 second every jailer you have spoken to has agreed with you about any of this. And no shit they see a bunch of criminals doing stuff and creating victims. It's a freaking jail, Chili. You're not staying at the Four Seasons. You are in a jail. You are in there with criminals. Why? Because you yourself are a criminal. You broke the law. You went to court. You made a complete ass out of yourself. You thought you were above the law, and you got put in jail for 180 days. And you're still doing it. You still can't keep your mouth shut. You're still getting yourself in trouble. And I hope like hell they revoke your phone privileges at this point.
Going across the country as I am, I'm going to make Ann Zimmerman famous for being a tyrant. She is wrong, and she's a bad person as far as I'm concerned. And what have I asked for the people? To petition her. write her a letter and tell her she's wrong. Ooh, that's just terrifying. I'm in a damn dungeon. I'm in a place where they strip searched me and locked me in a tiny cell for 5 days and threatened to hurt me if I twisted or turned in any direction as 4 men looked up my butt. Spread your butt cheeks. Oh, but Anne can't get a letter. Petitions that she's not going to read and won't open, but she will look at the mail deliverer and act how pained she is as she rolls her eyes, and she can't believe she's getting petitioned and she's receiving letters. Of course you are, Anne. Poor little baby. You did this, Anne Zimmerman. You did this. Look at the face of a tyrant and memorize.
Yeah, at this point, I don't only hope that they revoke your phone privileges, but I hope like hell you catch more charges for these calls, especially this one. No, Chili, you did this. You alone did this. Ann Zimmerman didn't do this to you. All she did was do her job, followed the law. You, however, have a very hard time following the law. You think you're above the law. You think if you sit on YouTube and yell and scream into a camera, I'm a constitutional law scholar, I studied law for 20 years, blah, blah, blah. Fundraise for people who don't even exist, for wheelchairs that they don't probably need, just so you can take money from your subscribers. That is who you are. You are a joke. You're a fraud. You're a con man. You're a pathological liar. You're a narcissist. You're a sociopath. You did this to yourself, not the judge. The judge did what was right. The judge did what should have been done to you years ago.
She is the face of injustice. And I hope you get dirty looks. I hope you wonder how many people memorize your face, and then when they leave from you, they go running to their spouse and they say, oh my God, isn't that awful judge who jailed the guy for filming a cop? And then the spouse replies, oh yeah, that is. Did you say anything to her? And the spouse says, no, I just kind of recoiled. I wonder how she sleeps at night. And then the husband replies, yeah, that journalist scraped her cases and found that she didn't put anybody else in jail for the exact same charges. And then the wife says, that's right. What did that journalist do about that? Well, I don't know, to be honest. That's why I'm making this op-ed right now. How do you get justice?
Seriously, Chili, what the fuck is wrong with you? Now you're creating scenarios of husband and wives having a conversation about you because you supposedly matter that much to people? You are nobody. You are nothing. But you know what you are? You are a danger to society. And you belong where you are. And I hope like hell you get extra time. I hope like hell when you go back to court for the exact same charges that you got arrested for on another date, I hope you get another 180 days. I hope you sit in that jail so long that you lose every one of your subscribers, because then you have nobody to listen to anything you say. Because the best thing to ever happen is for you to have no platform to be able to spew this rhetoric and hate and harassment on other people just because you didn't get your own fucking way. And that's all this is about. Oh, poor Chili didn't get his way. Poor Chili couldn't be above the law. Poor Chili got arrested because he's a fucking moron. And you're throwing a fit now because you actually, for the first time in your life, have to face your own consequences for your own behavior. All you do is sit and cry and whine, and you lie and you lie and you lie. You are a disgusting human being, and I hope you stay in there longer.
Well, first I did this. I refused to shut up and take it. I publicized her, just like the judge in the newspaper this morning. And now I ask you, what is my legal recourse? What can we do? Oh, I'm definitely suing her for violating my Fourth Amendment right when she illegally searched me before court, as well as the bailiff who assaulted me when he snatched the phones out of my hands. I'll have the 10 cases before mine that show that she's lost her principles. We know 3 of them, and the most recent one, that she didn't put any of them in jail, and she put me in a real-life rape cage. Oh, I'm so sorry, you didn't know? Just a week or 2 ago, the entire South Tower was on lockdown, and we were on lockdown to our beds. Someone got raped. A man was raped by a man or other men. We don't know the whole story. It's all rumors and innuendos now.
Of course it's all rumors. And you just admitted in the same sentence that it is a rumor, as you also stated that a man was AR'd. So you start the whole sentence out as, oh, this is exactly what happened, but then you end it with, oh, it's just rumors. It's called inmate.com, you freaking idiot. You'll believe anything. Your picture is right next to the word gullible in the dictionary.
But don't blame the guards. I don't blame them at all. There are some people in here that are very, very bad, and that's where she put me. We're in lockdown because the guy got raped. Why am I in a rape cage? Who is the...
Wait, you just said that it was a rumor that this happened to one of the inmates. And now again, you're saying that it happened. You don't know how to keep your lies straight. Even in these two sentences that you just put together, you lied twice. Actually, 3 times. I don't know. The point is, you can't even keep your story straight. Was he AR'd or was it a rumor? You don't know. You weren't there. You didn't see it happen. You were nowhere near what happened, if it even happened. Jails go on lockdown for any reason. Just because you go into lockdown doesn't mean that is why.
The victim of my crime? What restitution is due? Where is the damages that I must fix? Let's take a look at Brandon Bork, the man who I called a little doggy. He said he was in fear for my life as I pointed my camera at him. Oh my God, how far have we lost ourselves in the name of officer safety? This is the reason why I always talk about Terry versus Ohio. We still must answer the question, how do we get justice? I will make Ann Zimmerman famous. She's going to go on the cover of my book. The title is The Face of Tyranny. Subtitle is What Can Be Done About the Unprincipled Judges in America? A real question for every state legislature.
And just like your t-shirts and just like your trifold and just like your cop card, you're not going to sell many, and then you're just going to end up giving it away for free because you can't sell any of them and you have a whole buttload of them made. Nobody cares about the book that you are supposedly writing. Chili, you probably couldn't even get past the first page in Green Eggs and Ham. So I find it very, very hard to believe that you're writing in a book that's even... I don't know. They don't have spell check in jail, do they? I didn't think so. So how are you planning to write a book?
Further, I've written solutions, like jail panels. Panels that determine if a person should actually be put in a potential rape cage. But what's my legal recourse? I'm in a frickin' jail, and there is no victim. There is no crime. All we have is a thug cop and a vindictive, hateful judge. Oh, let's stop pretending like Ann Zimmerman is not a cop lover. She's completely in love with cops. She wanted to hurt me to get a point for the cops. Don't be fake. Ann loves cops like a fat kid loves cake. She gets a tingle up her tyrannical spine when a cop in uniform walks in. She does. She married a cop, didn't she? Now, Ann...
Yeah, she married a cop. She also got divorced from him. What does that have to do with anything? You are so jealous of cops that it is clearly a problem with you. Like, you are so jealous of them. You are so pissed off still to this day because when you were 18 years old, they wouldn't take you on the police force. They wouldn't accept you into the academy. Why? Rumor is you couldn't pass the mental exam. I really do believe that. I don't think that's a lie. But you are so jealous of cops, and there's many reasons why you're jealous of them. They have everything that you will never have, and one of the biggest things is respect.
And took it personally. What makes her knees weak, I openly despise. But let me tell you something else. I also despise beats. I hate them. But if you eat beats in front of me, I'm not going to throw you in a cage. That's how victimless of an infraction of the law that I...
Well, duh. I mean, eating beets is not illegal. And thankfully, you don't have any power to put me in jail for eating beets in front of you. I mean, the only thing you can do is get up and walk away so that you're not watching me eat beets in front of you. But you're too stupid to even do that. You'll just sit there and whine about it. Why are you eating beets? I don't like beets. Why are you torturing me with the beets? Come on, stop with the beats. You could just walk away, but you are not man enough to do that.
Was accused of It will be clearly depicted in my appeal. Screenshot. I was standing here at this point, and freeze frame, go forward a few seconds, I'm standing here, meaning that I backed up. I was told to back up, and I did back up a little bit. It's clear as day upon video. I don't know how to show respect for Ann Zimmerman when she put me in a frickin' dungeon. There's no statute, code, or ordinance that says there's a 21-foot rule, and even if there was, I wasn't given due notice according to objective law. And if I was given a 21-foot notice, I wouldn't have gone away 21 feet. I would have backed up a little bit like I did, but I can't do my job from 21 feet away. I'm a journalist who films cops. That's what I do.
Yeah, first of all, you never tried to back off. Not until he got in your face and threatened to arrest you. And the only reason why you were backing off was because he was scaring you. And, oh my God. Are you serious? You would have never backed up, even if he had told you to back up 21 feet. You would have never done it. Chili, for the millionth time, you are not a journalist. You have no job whatsoever.
Release me from this jail. You're going on the cover of my book. The 3 employees I had to fire, you're going to hear their stories about how they had a job one day, and then a tyrannical judge just threw their nonviolent employer in jail for a victimless crime that he didn't even commit. You deserve all the dirty looks you're going to get.
So now it's her fault because 3 of your employees quit? But you're going to say you had to fire 3 of them? You admitted in just, 2 phone calls ago that they quit on you. Not that you fired them, but that they quit. And they probably quit because they realized what a freaking sociopath they were working for, and they want nothing to do with it. This is not Zimmerman's fault. Just like it's not Zimmerman's fault that you went to jail. Just like it's not Zimmerman's fault that you got arrested. I mean, it's also not Zimmerman's fault that your mother didn't know how to read the instructions on the back of a condom box. This is your fault. Everything that is happening to you right now is because of your own actions and your own behavior.
You deserve every petition that is mailed to the court. Try to look pained, Anne. Try to really show how each petition just pains your wretched soul. How do you sleep at night? Absolutely ridiculous. Maybe her new husband, the president of the ACLU in Nevada, will advise us. What can we do now? She's put me in jail and there's no victim, and I didn't violate the statutes I was accused of.
Yeah, trust me, Chili. Ann Zimmerman is not losing even a second of sleep over you. And any letter that comes in her direction, or to the court, or to the bar association, or wherever the hell you have people sending letters to, they're not hurting her feelings. Trust me. She knows she's better than you. Nothing you could do is going to hurt her feelings. However, you are so butthurt right now that the only thing you can manage to do on a day-to-day basis is make phone calls and whine and complain like a freaking 3-year-old that was told no in the grocery store. That's all you've been doing. You're trying to say that she's the one who is hurt and in pain and embarrassed or whatever. It's you. Everything you say about her is a projection back to you.
My closest friends and my lawyer have said to me, don't say anything else. Okay, fine. You trade places with me then. You live in this shithole with slop for food. Guards look up your ass and tell you to shut up all day, every day. Read, write, or sleep. Read, write, or sleep. I'm told that constantly. I shouldn't hear you talking. If I have too many books, look there, learning. That's a lockdown for 24 hours. Every time the doors open, I have to look and check. Has Ann Zimmerman pulled some strings and got me thrown into the hole? I just don't know. I speak now at the injustice that has been done to me at the cost of my endless sleepless nights, at the cost of my conscience, at the cost of my well-being. If I'm put in the hole, it will be unjust. Can they put a man in that hole with me who's twice my size and could hurt me or kill me? Does that happen on purpose or even by accident? Before every phone call I make, before this journalistic report that I'm reporting here today, it reads to me, if you need to, hang up and call star 7732 to be connected to the PREA operator. What is PREA? P-R-E-A, Prison Rape Elimination Act. To reach that, all I have to do is to call star 7732. Miss Zimmerman, every day I have to use the bathroom in front of other men, and when I shower or shave, I have to realize that there's a Priya operator for a reason, so I will not be quiet. As I rise in popularity, as I rise and I continue to live my life, your picture will be shown for the rest of my life.
Oh no, poor Chili has to use the bathroom in front of other men. Oh no, Chili has to shower in front of other men. Who gives a shit? My God, they do the same thing in the army and you don't see them whining and complaining like you do. And no, trust me, Chili, you're not rising in popularity. You could never rise in popularity the way that you rise yourself in your own head. Just like 80% of your subscribers are all paid for. You bought them. They're not even real breathing human beings. So this delusion that you are rising in popularity is freaking hilarious, which just proves even more that you are a joke.
And don't forget, I still have to live through this. Ann Zimmerman sends me to the most dangerous place on earth for a man. Every day people leave this place feet first. But I should shut up about what she did. I should not let people know what Ann Zimmerman has done to me, how she's unprincipled and she's lost her ethics. What did you say to me, Ann, when you cast me into this hellhole? You said, you want the smoke. That's what you said to me. Okay, well, I'll say this to you, Ann. You want the media? You got it. You are now the face of injustice. You are now the face of tyranny. If anything happens to me, Judge, you will be seen as a thug, a hitman. You will be seen as the person who caused my rape or caused my murder. My story will live on, but you will walk the earth for the rest of your life, the disgraceful person you are.
And again, this is why you should stay in longer than 180 days. Because people are put in jail to learn their lesson. In Chile, you have yet to learn it. You're still doing it, or you're actually just worse at it right now. Again, you put yourself in there. She did not. She helped you by signing the paper and telling you that's where you were going to go. But you are the one who continuously says you put yourself out there hoping to go to jail because you do it for us, not for yourself. Well, you got yourself put in jail. It's what you wanted the most. And now you can't stop bitching and whining like a freaking toddler because you're in there. So if you are AR'd or you are murdered, again, your fault. Because you probably ran your mouth to the wrong people and they wanted to shut you up. Like the rest of the freaking YouTubers want you to shut the F up. You're losing subscribers because they can see how unhinged and how mentally unhealthy you truly are. You're not gaining popularity, you're losing subscribers because they know now that you are nothing but a lying, frauding, con man piece of shit. And they're leaving you. And the more you do what you're doing right now with these phone calls, the worse you're going to make it for yourself while you're in there. And again, your fault. Because again, your actions.
Everybody will see your face and know that you caused my death. The blood will be on your hands, Judge Zimmerman. One more thing. To the ACLU attorney of Ms. Ann Zimmerman, what's the legal recourse for your tyrannical wife and what she's done to you? I definitely think that you were alpha widowed by Lieutenant Zimmerman. Mr. ACLU man doesn't have a uniform and a shiny badge. I'm in a living hellhole for no reason. No victim, no damages, no crime, no restitution. And you didn't follow established legal precedent. And you broke your own principles to put me in here. But I should shut up. Oh, now I'm being accused that I'm a terrorist? You got to call the anti-terrorism unit because you're getting petitions? Oh my goodness.
Nobody has called the anti-terrorist unit for you. You're not being called a terrorist. I mean, you are making terroristic threats at this point, and you are acting like a spoiled, petulant little man baby. But since when did she call them on you? Why do you lie so much? Why? Because you want your subscribers to go after her. You want this judge harmed so badly at this point because you put yourself in jail. And instead of blaming yourself like you should, you're blaming her. So you want your followers now to go out and harm this lady. That is the only reason you keep lying and claiming that you're going to die in there, or you're going to be AR'd in there. All this bullshit that you keep lying about, you're doing it because you want your followers to go after this woman. And you want her to get hurt. You want it.
So sorry you have to get letters. I'll stop when I'm let out. I'll stop when I'm not in here anymore. That doesn't mean you're not going on the cover of my book, but I'll stop talking about Ann Zimmerman the moment my feet get free soil. I shouldn't be in here. To my jailers, have I done something wrong? I didn't read anywhere in the dungeon handbook that making an unprincipled, tyrannical judge famous is against the rules. Are the judges gods now? Are you going to roll in here 12 deep? Demand every man goes face down as you torture cuff me and drag me off to the hole? Are you going to strip search me and demoralize me for the word that...
And I'm going to say this again. This ass has not been to the hole. He wasn't in the hole for 5 days. How do we know this? Because he's making phone calls every freaking day, whining like a man-child, crying because he put himself in jail, but he doesn't want to take responsibility for it. Because if you're in the hole, especially for 5 long days, the only time they're going to let you out is to shower. That's about it. And they don't really have the hole in a county jail. Chili is lying through his teeth. That's all he knows how to do.
Speak about injustice. Performing injustice for speaking about injustice is the hallmark of a despotic government, not a republic. Directly from the book Spirit of Laws. They teach the people to be afraid. Fear is the blood of a despotic government. Yes, I am showing Ann Zimmerman's face, and yes, I'm calling her out for the evil doing she's done. And yes, I'm calling for her to be petitioned. Yes, I'm branding her the face of an unjust and unchecked injustice system. What crime is this I'm doing, though, right now? There is none. To the Las Vegas Anti-Terrorism Unit, I'm shocked to say, thank you for the healthy talk we had the other day.
So basically, if the Anti-Terrorism Unit came out and had a quote-unquote talk with Chili, then he should know by now that these phone calls are wrong and that he's just going to keep getting in trouble for them. But why do they just call the Anti-Terrorism Unit out and not revoke his phone privileges? Yeah, that normally doesn't happen. If they feel like he is making terroristic threats or acting like a terrorist and they call the anti-terrorist group, they're going to revoke his phone privileges so he can't keep doing this shit. Oh my God, it's every time he opens his mouth, it's just every freaking time.
I ask you now publicly, is it not my right to speak? Is it not my right to call for her to be petitioned? Isn't it the very reason that you serve your country, for my right to be able to say and do the things I'm saying now? The reason why I gave Judge Zimmerman a thumbs up is because she was up there rambling on and on and on, saying this and that, and I gave her a thumbs up, mocking her. Do I hate some cops? Absolutely I do. Do I hate every single cop? No, I don't. Don't misrepresent me, Las Vegas Review.
More contradiction coming from Chili. He has said numerous times in these calls that he hates all cops. Now he's gonna say he doesn't hate all cops. He just hates some of them. Like, again, he can't keep his shit straight.
You know and I know I should not be put in jail. People at this stage should not be paying for me to be in jail when there's no victim and I didn't commit the crime. That's it. Thanks for your time. Later, readers.
So there we go. Every phone call that Chili makes, he becomes more unhinged and more mentally unstable. And this one, in my opinion, has been the worst one so far. I'm not one to say tattletale or report, but I think the more people who call up at the Clark County Detention Center in Nevada, Las Vegas, Nevada, the more people that call up there and report these calls and let them know what he's saying in these calls, then it's more likely he'll have his phone's privileges revoked. And at this point, that is the best thing that could ever happen. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. I will see you in the next one. Take care. Be safe. See you next time.